Defendant Diddy then instructed Defendant Shane to put a pillow over her head because he didn't want to see her face or hear her cries, and instructed Defendant Shane to Anley RP plaintiff. 72. Defendant Shane did as he was told by Defendant Diddy and began to Anley RP plaintiff. 73. Defendant Diddy then violently RP plaintiff Anley after Defendant Shane. 74. Defendant Doe 2 then joined Defendants Diddy and Shane taking a turn Anley RP plaintiff. 75. Immediately after Defendant Doe 2 RP plaintiff, he exited Defendant SHANE9's residence. 76. Defendant Diddy then instructed another Defendant Doe to also RP plaintiff. Defendant Doe has been determined to be Defendant Drewski. 77. Instead of immediately RP plaintiff, Defendant Drewski doused plaintiff with more oil, lubricant, and then jumped on top of PLAINTIFF9's naked and oiled body, treating it like a slip and slide and knocking the wind out of plaintiff due to his enormous size. 78. Defendant Drewski then caught himself from sliding over plaintiff's oiled body and off the bed. He then began RP plaintiff VG Enley. 79. While Defendant Drewski was RP plaintiff, Defendant Diddy sat in a chair near the bed and began masturbating while recording PLAINTIFF9 by Defendant Drewski. 80. Another party's phone fell on the bed near plaintiff. Plaintiff then attempted to grab the phone, but it slipped out of her hands and onto the floor due to the oil, lubricant that had been doused all over her person by Defendants Diddy and Drewski. Defendant Diddy began laughing at plaintiff's attempt to grab the phone. 82. Throughout this violent gang, RP Defendant Diddy made constant belittling remarks to plaintiff, including that he less than owned her now. Equal to 83. At some point during this ordeal, plaintiff remembers defendants referring to another Defendant Doe as Cornelius, and remembered the name because it was so odd and unique. Plaintiff has come to discover the Defendant Doe Cornelius who RP her was Defendant Odell. 84. PLAINTIFF9's body was becoming more and more limp over the course of the violent RP, until eventually she had no control over her body nor could she move her body. 85. When Defendant Drewski finished RP plaintiff, Defendant KK entered the room to examine the condition of plaintiff who was barely able to move or control her bodily functions. 86. Defendant KK examined plaintiff